Hey, good afternoon. It's Kash Mogul from Cash Data Consulting LLC. We are finally going to wrap up this video series on Google Business Profile. We have been covering that lots of different areas, so this is really part eight, ocho. So, what are we going to do today? Well, I mean, as you guys have been watching, and some of you actually reached out to me, and I've already gotten a customer out of this. This is great. YouTube does work. We really had a seven-part series on covering everything that is critical to your success for your small and medium-sized business. Okay, I'm just going to go through this quickly. In part one, what did we do? We showed you how to set up a small business on Google Business Profile. We used a fictitious company called Cash Car Wash, and it's important that you get the name and description and all the related information correctly. By the way, if you have not seen the series, we're going to be putting the links in the bottom of this video. You can check them out. This is going to be also added to the playlist. Second part, if you remember, so let's just go into second part was category, name, category, and description. Then we showed you how to add photos. Then we showed you how to add services, adding products, adding updates, and the most important thing, reviews, which is the save the best for last. So this is just a quick overview. We're gonna not do a deep dive, but I want to cover definitely the main points for every part of this series. So again, part one was all about creating a business listing for a small business. um, how do you do that? You have to have a small business first. Then you need to go to business.google.com. Remember, this is a free listing. Why are you not doing this? I run into people all the time. They either don't have a listing or they created a listing, completely forgot about it. So we showed you how to set this up, like I mentioned, Cash Car Wash because it's with a K. Um, and we did not put our address in there. If you do put an address for your business, Google may send like a postcard for verification. So keep that in mind. All right, that was great. Number two, second part is once you have the listing ready, how do you optimize that? There's really many things you can do, but at the very minimum, these three things are extremely important. What are they? You want to make sure your name is correct. You don't want to put an incorrect name and then have challenges dealing with the support, which may or may not work for you. The second thing is category. A lot of people don't realize it. They just add one category. And in this part, we showed you one of our clients, Star Law Group out in California. They only had two categories listed, so we added three more. The more categories you have, the bigger your footprint. Okay, and the last thing is really critical is description. You want to be using, again, if you're a estate planning attorney, you want to be using living trust, last will, probate, all of the buzzwords, and using the geohint. So if I was in estate planning in Plano, I would be using things like Plano, Frisco, Allen, McKinney. Make sense? So this was already, like I said, I was already mentioned. In the third part, parte tres, we go over very important topic, which is to use media using photos, infographics, video. Why? Because a picture is worth how many words? 1,000 words. So we covered a little bit more in detailed. Google does want you to use specific specifications, I guess. Different formats are supported, but we covered the sizes, um, in pixels, the size of the file in megabytes. And remember, your photos should be smaller. Why? Because if it's smaller, they upload faster. So if you don't know how to optimize images, we did cover that in that video. Uh, a relevant point is when you name the images, do not do this. Do not call an image file unnamed.jpg. Why? Because it doesn't help the search engines or anything really. For our client, going back to the attorney, you would want to use your name of the image as power of attorney .jpg or GIF or whatever, PNG. Again, very important area. And of course, if you're a photographer or you're selling products or you have maybe you're a graphic artist or you're a landscape designer, you're going to want to use pictures. Because if you say, well, I design landscape for houses, show me the money. I mean, show me the work, Cash. Okay, so that was part three. Moving on to part four, there's a little bit of confusion here. How to add services. Yes, you can add services to your Google Business Profile. Um, Again, service products, Google Business Profile really uses them interchangeably, but services are really tied to the categories, which again, if you have more categories, guess what? You can add more services. Now, products in Google Business Profile can be a service or a product, and we showed you how to do this for another client, which is 20 West Legal, and I also showed you the services for our company, which is Cash Data Consulting. Really, two ways you can do that. You can add it manually, okay? And sometimes you may notice if you haven't done that, Google will add some random categories, random services for you depending on your category. Or another thing you can do is in this video, if you want to check it out, we use ChatGPT to really generate a list of services. We had a client, again, an attorney, and rather than going to their website and writing things down one by one or typing one by one, uh, just have ChatGPT come up with a list. And if not everything on the list is correct, guess what do? You delete the ones that don't apply to you. And again, if you're wondering about these videos, I'm not going to show you the videos. In fact, well, maybe I can highlight it real quick. So if I go to my channel, you can see this was part one. The series is called Google Business Profile Video Series. On this right side, you can see part two, part three, part four, part five. So there's like a 7-part series, like I mentioned. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, put some comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel. That really helps us get new content going. So that was services. Then we move on to part five in the series. Basically, what do we do in part five? We show you how to add a product. Again, products in Google Business Profile is really a service. I think I can show you that for Tire Law Group in a minute here. The main components of a product are going to be, again, name and category. You're going to want to use an image and a description, which you can really put a lot of verbiage in there. And then, of course, you're going to have a hyperlink. If you cannot come up with a description, ask me or ask ChatGPT. And we also did a client, North Texas Allergy. So let me see if I can show you. I know we covered this already, but if I go to Google and I go Tire Law Group, let's just say, uh, okay, or actually, let me try another thing. Instead of Tire Law Group, let me try Law Offices off because that's, yeah, there you go. That's their proper term. But here you go. See on the right side, you can see there's the listing. They have an amazing number of reviews. But if you scroll down, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, and you can clearly look at their products. Um, probate, small affidavit, personal asset trust, trust administration, wills and trust. These are all important services for estate planning attorneys. So again, definitely use that. We're wrapping up the series, part six. We showed you how to add an update to Google Business Profile. Why would you want to add an update? Well, let's say something is going on with your company. You're having an event, a fundraiser, maybe a grand opening, maybe you relocated your office. Okay, this is sort of like similar to a social media post. How often should you post? Minimum, I would say. Sorry, it's one times a month. It should be really one times a week. Sorry, bad information typo. But one times a week minimum. You don't have to do it every day. Some people are like, oh my God, let's just post it every day. No, you don't need to do that. I think that should be plenty. And then finally, saving the best for last, which is what? Reviews, reviews, reviews. Why? Because in that video, we actually show you your local listing, your local search engine optimization, I should say. Partly it depends on your Google Business Profile. So if you're a dentist and you say, dentist near Plano, if your Google Business Profile is not optimal, you're not going to rank very well. So keep that in mind. We show you definitely 10 ideas. I don't know if that's 10 ideas on how to get more reviews. Please check out the video. There's actually two parts, part 7A, 7B. Lots of ideas. Some simple ones are to do what? You finish a project, maybe you are a contractor, maybe you are a handyman. You finish a project or right about to finish the project, that's the best time to ask for reviews. What else can you do? You can socialize. You can put your review link from Google, which we show you that in part 7. You can do that and you can email it to people, you can text it to people, hell, you can put it on your website. You can do all kinds of ideas. And so this is the link right here to our video. Please check that out. And finally, um, connect with us. We are a small business. We've been doing this since 2010, so coming up on 15 years, which is great. Our team has, expertise in Google Ads, ranking, um, social media, content writing, video, email marketing. We can do all of that stuff. Right now, we are also offering a Google Business Profile special, which is, guess what? 50% off optimization. When you contact us, please use GBP50. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.